If I made timekeeper, I could have made good use of the suitcase to change the game, rather than merely hiding from the rain. That is something I have longed for, a shelter from the storm for my army. Father used to tell me about the great patriotic war on snowy days. It's a good omen, he said. Our enemies caught frostbite, and their fuel would freeze. But our soldiers would fight even harder. It was only bluster. Every army is weakened by the cold. But we learned to endure it. Power shapes the future, not ideas. What is seized with bullets, shells, and tanks will outlast any charter. Silence is the most dangerous sound. Noise can mean anything, but the world is rarely silent unless there is something lurking nearby. You've come with questions, I can tell from your face. Have a seat. Let's talk about our future cooperation, or what happened before that storm. Have you ever heard the first chirp of a bird after battle? No music in the world could sound sweeter. It says another day has come, and that my man and I have survived to see it. I paid a visit to the former leader of Laplace. I can't help but notice the excellent treatment she receives here. Of course, given the foes I've made here, I am in no position to make demands. Besides, you don't deserve the trouble, and I don't deserve the peace. The Cossacks believe that a bonfire is as good as a second horse. It raises the spirits of the men, giving them courage, strength, and warmth. That is what they say. As far as I'm concerned, uncovered fires make for obvious artillery targets. Night belongs to the dead, so people say. But when the day is no longer safe, the living must take refuge in the night. We lie down with the dead, shivering as we force ourselves to sleep. In battle, you don't think, you attack, and the soldier's first instinct is always to protect their head. Watch out, you could get hurt. The weight of power is much heavier than a sword or a gun. You will understand that sooner or later. My father liked to flaunt his scars when he had too much to drink. Scars are our medals, and sacrifices our glory. But I found the truth for myself. Scars are only closing wounds, and sacrifice are means to an end. The records of all great campaigns inevitably focus on their victories. Their defeats too often glossed over and excused. But I find greater clarity in examining these failures. Success is always marked by hubris, but defeat tells you the true measure of a general. I see great potential in you, a young leader with many faithful comrades. Over those stubborn commandos in the white stone house, I'd beg the former any day. If you meet any trouble, you need only let me know. I will solve it in my own way. Так, быть может, он бы воспел. Не буря несет ястребов через равнину, и не жаворонки спешат добровольно к дону. Father named me after this tale, but he never understood it. He simply enjoyed the feeling of being praised. From the day I entered Xena, I knew that they would carve my name into the Hall of Merit, the highest honor for a loyal soldier. And now, Even after my betrayal, my name is still etched there. Is that the mockery of fate, Timekeeper? When I was young, I tamed a fine wild horse. His coat was as red as flame. There was no place in the world I could not reach as long as I was atop him. He went missing during a blizzard. At times I let myself believe that he is still out there. You are prepared. There is no turning back. Ready to raid. Formless support. Increased efficiency. Победа — единственное, что имеет значение. Атакуйте фланги. Огонь на прикрытие. Никогда не забывай. Тени из прошлого. Всем подразделениям! Вперед! A new scar. Well done. Your tactical skill is obvious. History makes judgments. I make decisions. I stand straight and still, for the lives of my soldiers rest on these shoulders.